In play, that's a fair ball to Jake. What a play from Jake Oliver! And that is destroyed! Tie game! 60. That's in play down the third baseline. Peter makes the great play from Peter McNeil.
Justice already took advantage of that. What a play over at third.
He's heading home. Oh, he's out. He's going to be out. Jordan Rice tags out Trey Cluxton right. Ground ball right back to Jackie. Bobbles the ball. Flips it over to first and still gets Alex Harden.
Cross, get out, ball later! 2.
And he might have just missed it. Caught and run from Jordan Rice. And that's a shot. Zach Hall, what a play!
Oh, a moonshot. Oh, he rolled it! What a catch! What a catch!
Bears coming home. And he hits it. What a play! What a play! The double play from Jerry Langston. And that ball is out of here. Walk-off home run, Jake Oliver. He's amazing at all. I don't know if I like it. Oh! He got him. Oh my God! He crossed his legs before he was there.
Cat Aubrey switched to first. Flare it up. What a play for Peter McNeil! In play, that's a fair ball to Jake. What a play from Jake Oliver! And that is destroyed! Tie game! 60. That's in play down the third baseline. Peter makes the great play from Peter McNeil.
Justice already took advantage of that. What a play over at third.
He's heading home. Oh, he's out. He's going to be out. Jordan Rice tags out Trey Cluxton right. Ground ball right back to Jackie. Bobbles the ball. Flips it over to first and still gets Alex Harden.
Cross, get out, ball later! 2.
And he might have just missed it. Caught and run from Jordan Rice.
That's a fair ball to Jacob. What a play from Jake Oliver. And that is destroyed! Tie game! 60. That's in play down the third baseline. Peter makes the great play from Peter McNeil.
Justice already took advantage of that. What a play over at third.
He's heading home. Oh, he's out. He's gonna be out. Jordan Rice heads out. Trey Cluxton right. Went over to first and still get Alex Harden.
Cross, get out, ball later!
And he might have just missed it. Got it wrong from Jordan Rice. And that's a shot. That's a what a play.
That's in play. That's a fair ball to Jacob. What a play from Jake Oliver. And that is destroyed! Tie game! That's in play down the third baseline. Peter makes the great play from Peter McNeil.
To that. What a play over at third.
That's in play, and he might have just missed it. Caught it wrong from Jordan Rice.
Cross, get out, ball later!
And that ball is out of here. Walk off home run. Oh, top of the out as Barrett's coming home. And he hits it. And that's a shot. Zach Conway. He's running third. He's heading home. Oh, he's out. He's gonna be out. Flipped over to first. I don't know if I like it.
Flips to first. Oh, and moonshot. Oh, he robbed it! Flared up. What a play for Peter McNeil!
Good evening, wiffle ball fans, and welcome to AWA Field. This evening, we are resuming the NLCS between the Northern Nighthawks and the Eastern Enforcers. The Nighthawks have a 2-1 lead here in the NLCS against the Enforcers, and tonight we will play a maximum of 2 games. This is a best-of-5 series, and we'll get Game 4 started here momentarily. For tonight's broadcast crew, I'm Mark Campanero, joined alongside Alex Harden. We will be taking you the rest of the way here tonight. And, you know, I'm excited to figure out who's going to win this matchup tonight between the Enforcers and the Nighthawks. The Central Cyclones have been waiting patiently now for about a week, waiting to see who they're going to play in the 2023 AWA World Series, and we will have that opponent for them after these games tonight. So we're going to get into the starting lineups. We'll start with the Eastern Enforcers. For the Eastern Enforcers, Drew Williams will lead it off playing third. Jake Oliver will be hitting second at second. Brock Playhouse will hit third. He's the designated hitter tonight. Chase Winkler hits fourth at first base. And Josh Gradwall rounds out the squad hitting fifth, and he will be pitching here in this game 4. That's your Eastern Enforcers starting lineup. Now for the Northern Nighthawks. Nighthawks only have 3 men here tonight as Philip Grossenbacher is going to be out for games 4 and 5. Chance Justice will lead it off. He will play first. Jack Playhouse hits second. He is on the mound, and Drew Gradwall will round out the squad hitting third. He's playing third base. And yeah, it's a big storyline here tonight. Nighthawks only have 3 men here without Philip Grossenbacher. Grossenbacher will be out for NLCS games 4 and 5. He would be eligible to play in the World Series if the Nighthawks end up moving on, but Nighthawks are going to have to try to close this thing out in the NLCS with only 3 men.
Yeah, it's always tough playing with 3 guys. I mean, the Nighthawks got plenty of power and good hitting in the lineup, so that shouldn't be an issue. But in the field, it's just so hard. There's so much empty space out there. I mean, it's already difficult enough with a full field out there, but down a man, it's just difficult.
Absolutely, and this Eastern Enforcer squad, they're going to bring all of their players here tonight, trying to force a Game 5 and move on to the World Series for back-to-back years. We do have Molly Foley on the field, who has Josh Gradwall of the Eastern Enforcers. We're going to send it down to Molly. Take it away.
What's up, ballers? Thank you, Mark. Hey, everyone. It's Molly Foley welcoming all of you to our NLCS this evening. I'm joined now on the sideline with Josh Gradwall, our pitcher this evening, starting for the Eastern Enforcers. Josh, I know this is an elimination game tonight. How are you feeling going up against the Nighthawks, who are up 2-1 in this series, continuation on from last week?
You know, I'm feeling pretty good. Last year in the World Series, I missed the opportunity to pitch in an elimination game, and I felt it kind of bit us in the butt. So excited to get the start tonight, and we got a lot of play with how our pitching works. So we got a lot of options. If something doesn't go right, we can sub a guy in.
Yeah, so I understand, given our eligibility requirements here in AWA, you are eligible to start game 1, but then following that, that's your last game, correct?
Yep. So Jake, hopefully, willing we get to game 5, Jake will take the mound and hopefully bring us home.
That sounds awesome, Josh. Best of luck, and we hope to see a great game this evening, hopefully forcing some extension of our series. Thanks so much, and I'll send it back up to you, Mark, in the booth to get.
Thank you, Molly, and we just heard there from Josh Gradwall of the Eastern Enforcers, and Gradwall will be on the mound here in this Game 4, and Gradwall has been so good here throughout this playoffs for the Enforcers, and they're going to really need him to come through here in this Game 4 if they want to potentially force a Game 5 here against the Nighthawks and make it to back-to-back World Series appearances. Game 4, we're going to get first pitch started here shortly. Again, Jack Playhouse on the mound for the Nighthawks. And Drew Williams, he's going to lead it off for the Enforcers here to start this game number 4. And Alex, you mentioned it earlier. I mean, it's going to be crucial here tonight for this Nighthawks squad. Only 3 men. When you only have 3 men, it can play to your advantage at the plate. But like you mentioned, in the field, it can be difficult because there's just so much open space out there. If this Enforcers team is going to be hitting ground balls, majority of the time they'll probably be getting on base tonight.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, we always say dingers are nothing here at the AWA. That's priority number 1. But, today ground balls and line drives up the middle might just be a death by 1,000 paper cuts for the Nighthawks.
Well, Jack Playhouse is really going to have to be on his A game today. He wants to limit the damage, limit the balls in play.
Absolutely, and I mean, you know, on the Nighthawks side, I mean, they are up a game, so they do have the advantage here right now, but the Enforcers, I mean, they got this full squad. Again, they started off 0-6 to begin the year. They've been red hot ever since they started off 0-6. And, you know, if I'm a Nighthawks fan, I'd be a little nervous coming into these games tonight.
Yeah, I completely agree. If there's any team that can come back from this deficit, it is the Enforcers. They are loaded top to bottom. I mean, and now they're only playing against 3 guys in the field. I mean, could be upset alert for the Nighthawks, if you want to say that.
Absolutely, and Jack Playhouse giving a pep talk to Justice and Gradwall out there. We're going to get pitch number 1 started here for Game 4 of the NLCS. It's underway, and it's going to be a ball here to Drew Williams, 1-0 the count. Ground ball right to Chance Justice. Justice steps on first for out number 1. 1 away here in the top of the first inning. And just like that, after 2 pitches, Nighthawks have an out here, top of the first. Jake Oliver will step in to the plate. And it's something that we should mention as well for these games here tonight. Drew Gradwall pitched in the first 3 games for the Nighthawks here in this NLCS series. So Gradwall will not be eligible to pitch in Game 4 or potentially a Game 5 if it's needed. So Jack Playhouse, he's going to have to hold it down here in these crucial games for this Nighthawks squad. 2-1 is the count to Jake Oliver.
Yeah, we've seen Jack's a veteran in this league. We know he's capable of going the distance in these games.
That is ripped way out to deep right center, and it gets over the wall. Jake Oliver, a solo home run, gives the Enforcers a 1-0 lead here in the top of the first. That was a wall scraper, just nearly got out. But the Enforcers, they go up 1-0. And you know what? Jake Oliver, he was the home run king in the regular season. 12 home runs during the regular season, led all players in the AWA. We hadn't really seen a big hit just yet from Jake Oliver in this NLCS series, but there's a massive hit right there from Oliver. Puts this Enforcer squad up 1-0 in Game 4. Brock Playhouse fouls that one up into the air for strike 1.
Yeah, I was going to say that home run from Jake Oliver, that ball hung in the air for a long time. Chance looked like he could have had a play on it, but just kind of misjudged it a little bit.
Yeah, I didn't. When it was hit, I didn't even think it was going to get out of there, but it kept carrying and carrying out to right center field and got over the wall. Brock Playhouse, that is, does not go around there. Ball there to Brock Playhouse, who's facing his brother Jack Playhouse. It's a 2-1 count now to Brock. If any of you were curious, Jack Playhouse, the older brother to Brock Playhouse. 3-1 is the count. That is ripped out to left field, and it gets over the wall. Brock Playhouse, a solo home run, and the Enforcers now lead at 2-0 here in the top of the first.
Brock's got some pretty intense power in his swing. I don't even think he squared that ball up well enough, but he just muscled that one out of there. That was a good swing.
And Brock Playhouse is getting hot at the right time. That is his 4th postseason home run here in the postseason so far in 2023. And Playhouse, during the regular season this year, only had 3 home runs in the regular season, and already here in this postseason, he has 4 home runs, has definitely gotten hot at the right time for the Enforcers. Chase Winkler grounds that over to Drew Gradwall. Gradwall throws to first and gets the out on Winkler. Great play there from Drew Gradwall, the lefty playing over at third, makes the play. You don't really see too many left-handed fielders playing over there at third, but hey, you know, it works if you're Drew Gradwall.
Yeah, I mean, that's one of the consequences of playing down a man. I think that would normally be Phillip out there. Drew made a heck of a play.
Fouled off there from Josh Gradwall, 0-1. And yeah, you know, ground balls in the AWA, especially, you know, just in wiffle ball in general, can't emphasize how tough it truly is to complete that play, and Gradwall made that look easy.
Yeah, I mean, he's a pitcher. I wonder if they planned that. I mean, he knows how to throw him on the mound. It's probably not much different throwing it from third.
2-2 to Josh Gradwall. There's 2 outs. They're in the top of the first inning. Enforcers would love to add on to this 2-0 lead they have here in a win or go home situation in game 4. As fouled off the tree over there on the third base side. Count will remain full here to Josh Gradwall. Nobody on and 2 away in the inning. Jack Blayhouse trying to minimize the damage here for the Nighthawks. Pitch on the way from Blayhouse is low and outside. Josh Gradwall gets on with a walk. A runner on here for Drew Williams. Williams 0 for 1 here on the evening. Ground out in his last at-bat. Pitch from Blayhouse is outside for a ball. 1-0. And the slider hits the top part of the zone. That was nice there from Blayhouse. 1-1. Swing and a miss from Drew Williams on the screwball right there. Count moves to 1-2. And that is low and in the dirt there from Blayhouse. Count is even, 2-2 to Drew Williams.
Mark, I gotta ask, do you choke up in wiffle ball?
I have never choked up in wiffle ball.
Looks like Drew's doing it a little bit right now. I have full.
Sorry.
To be quite honest, I have never choked up in wiffle ball. And also when I was playing baseball, I rarely ever choked up either there. Drew Williams goes around for strike 3. It's out number 3 here in the top of the first, but the Enforcers go out to a 2-0 lead. A Brock Blayhouse solo home run and Jake Oliver solo home run do the damage. We go to the bottom of the first. Enforcers lead it 2-0.
Hey, we got like a 30 at-bats going on today. But my lefty works too. Jack, you gotta trust your players if you're the captain.
Justice goes around for strike 1, 0-1 to Chance Justice, who's going to be hitting left-handed here for the Nighthawks. Normally a right-handed hitter.
I knew something looked a little off.
Justice did have that injury to his arm earlier in the season. Was pitching batting practice to the local high school, and that gets into right center field. A line drive single for Chance Justice, and the Nighthawks with a runner on first start this bottom of the first inning. Jack Blayhouse will step up to the plate with a runner on.
Hey, if Shohei can hit tanks with the torn UCL, Chance can do it too.
That's true.
I don't even know if Chance has a torn UCL.
Yeah, I don't think so. I think the only difference is that Shohei didn't change hitting righty and lefty. So,
well,
that's
so
the
that
only
makes
difference.
Chances more incredible, doesn't it? Because he's doing it from the opposite side.
You know, I don't know if I'd say more impressive, but he got it done nonetheless as Jack Blayhouse looks at a strike there. 2-1 count here to Blayhouse. But, yeah, I'm not going to ever downplay anything that Shohei Ohtani does because he truly is a unicorn in the MLB. Pretty
He's
impressive.
going to look so good in the Mariners uniform.
Oh, yeah, when the Angels come to town next week, everybody's just going to be shouting, come to Seattle at him.
You can have my UCL. I'm not using it.
Oh, we want Shohei.
Oh.
We want him bad.
Maybe he's watching.
Yeah.
And he can hear us. I will buy.
We sure the Angels don't have a game tonight?
Who cares? They do.
And Playhouse looks at ball 4. He will walk there. Runners on first and second. Now for the Nighthawks, still nobody out. In the bottom of the first, Drew Gradwall will step in. Gradwall definitely a favorite this year to win the Rookie of the Year in the AWA. He looks at strike 1. Facing his cousin Josh Gradwall. And these two have battled not only in the postseason but also in the regular season. As that's a ground ball down the first base side. It's going to be a fair ball, and Josh Gradwall throws that one past Chase Winkler, and that's going to bring in a run for the Nighthawks. It's now 2-1. Forcers still lead it. Runners at the corners for the Nighthawks, and Chance Justice will step up. Swinging bunt there from Drew Gradwall. It worked great. So it drove in first run of the game for the Nighthawks. Justice swings at the first pitch and takes a swing there at the second pitch. It's now 0-2 to Justice. Swing and a miss, a 3-pitch strikeout for Josh Gradwall, and there's one away. Now you're in the bottom of the first inning. Oh, it's going to be too fast on the gun, so scratch that. 0-2 will remain the count here to Justice. I don't know what he was swinging at there, but it's not going to matter because another no pitch there for Josh Gradwall. And,
that one,
that's pretty impressive. Chance Justice just struck out about 3 times right there in one at-bat. All of it, Josh Gradwall threw the same pitch 3 times in a row, and Justice just swung at all 3 of them. Wasn't even close to the zone. So one away here in the bottom of the first inning. I'm getting some pushback saying I should not roast him as much, but it's ground ball, fair ball over to Chase Winkler. He'll make the grab, step on first for out number 2. A run does come in for the Nighthawks. They tie the game here in the bottom of the first inning. 2-2 is the score, so a productive out there for the Nighthawks. Runner on second, 2 away. Drew Gradwall to the plate.
No lead is safe here in the AWA.
That's for sure, as Gradwall, Josh Gradwall, that is, throws it outside for ball 1. And that's a great pitch there from Josh Gradwall. Gets Drew Gradwall to swing. 1-1 is the count. That is ripped high and deep out to deep right center, and it gets over the wall. Drew Gradwall, a 2-run home run, gives the Nighthawks the lead here in the bottom of the first. Nighthawks ahead 4-2. Drew Gradwall going out to deep right center.
That was a really impressive swing to muscle that one out the opposite way. He's been unreal this year at the plate and on the mound.
Incredible stuff. The most likely going to be Rookie of the Year, Drew Gradwall, with a 2-run shot here in the bottom of the first inning. And we're going to see Chance Justice stepping in here. He's hitting right-handed this time. Normally a right-handed hitter. I have to imagine team captain Jack Blayhouse may have said something to Justice after that last strikeout.
He fooled him the first time, not the second time.
1-1 to Justice as Gradwall.
No pitch.
It's top of the zone, but no pitch. So count stays at a ball and a strike. Again, for maybe some of you newer listeners out there, we do have a speed limit here in the AWA of 60 miles per hour. Anything over 60 miles per hour, if it's a strike, will count as a no pitch. And we see it again there, 62 miles per hour on the gun, no pitch there to Justice. 1-1 is the count. Justice holds. It's now 2-1. Bases empty, 2 away. Enforcers just trying to get out of this inning. Gradwall, Josh Gradwall that is, generally doesn't give up very many runs. So 4 in the bottom of the first is quite a few as Jake Oliver bobbles that ground ball, and Chance Justice will reach for the Nighthawks. Runner on first. Jack Blayhouse will come up to the plate. This inning just keeps continuing for the Nighthawks. We just really don't see Josh Gradwall struggle like this.
Yeah, I mean,
to start a ball game.
See him a lot getting to jams, but he consistently finds ways to get himself out of it without giving up too many runs. But Nighthawks have 2-out rally going here.
1-1 to Blayhouse. Ground ball over there to Winkler. They need to make this play, and Winkler bobbles that over at first. So Blayhouse gets on, and there's now runners on first and second. Drew Gradwall will step in. 2 runners on, had a 2-run shot in his last at-bat. Pitch from Josh Gradwall is inside. Ball 1, and you know, the Nighthawks, they've scored 4 runs here in this bottom of the first. We have a run limit in innings 1 and 2 of the AWA. You can score a maximum of 6 runs in the first or second inning. Nighthawks approaching that run limit. 2-1 is the count to Drew Gradwall. And that is outside for ball 3. 3-1. Okay, Gradwall 1 for 2 on the night. Reached on an error, a 2-run home run. And he'll look at ball 4 right there. And now the bases are loaded for the Nighthawks. Chance Justice is stepping up to the plate. And this is a tough situation.
Yeah. Because remember, if Chance Justice hits a grand slam here, they get all 4 runs. So you can go over 6, but you got to hit a home run to do it.
Still 2 outs in the inning. Forcers just want to get out of this one and go back to the sticks as Chance Justice looks at a ball. And so far here this evening, the Nighthawks, they've only had 3 men, but it's played to their advantage as Chance Justice, Drew Gradwall, and Jack Blayhouse have hit great here so far. Ground ball to Chase Winkler. He tags Chance Justice for out number 3. Great play there from Chase Winkler to stop the bleeding, but the Nighthawks score 4 runs in the bottom of the first. They lead at 4-2. We go to the top of the second here in NLCS game number 4. Jake Oliver leads it off for the Enforcers. Looks at a ball there, and you know, you can't emphasize how great of an inning number 1 the Nighthawks had here in this game for trying to advance to the 2023 AWA World Series to take on the Central Cyclones. Count here to Jake Oliver is 2-0. But what a job, Nighthawks putting up 4 runs in the bottom of the first inning. 3-0 is the count here to Oliver. And that's outside for a 4-pitch walk. Jake Oliver gets on early here in the top of the second inning. And Brock Playhouse is going to step up to the plate. Playhouse here tonight, he's 1 for 1 with a solo home run. And Brock Playhouse has 4 postseason home runs so far. Only had 3 home runs in the regular season this year, so he has definitely gotten hot at the right time for this Enforcers team.
Yeah, I mean, you don't want to say that's exactly what the Enforcers need because their lineup is loaded, but it's just another big bat in the lineup, another key cog.
And, you know, this Enforcers team, they're going to do anything they possibly can to get into this World Series. If you remember last year, the Enforcers blew a 3-1 lead in the World Series last season against the Southern Stingers. Stingers ended up winning the 2022 World Series. So this Enforcers squad, they definitely have something to prove this year. Brock Playhouse fouls the first pitch off. Count is 0-1. And Brock Playhouse looks at strike 2 there. 0-2 now to Brock Playhouse. Slider is in there, strike 3, a 3-pitch strikeout for Jack Playhouse. He strikes out his younger brother, Brock.
Brock, he looked fooled on all 3 of those pitches there. I think Jack had the advantage mentally there from the start.
Great pitches there from Jack Playhouse, 1 away. Playhouse will now face Chase Winkler. Winkler so far here tonight is 0 for 1 with a ground out in his last at-bat. Looking at a nice 2-0 count here. Playhouse throws that one too far inside, and the count is now 3-0.
Chase got a lot of power. He's being patient here, though.
Low for ball 4, 4-pitch walk to Chase Winkler. Runners now on first and second for the Enforcers. They put the tying run on at first, and the go-ahead run is coming up to the plate, and Josh Gradwall. Gradwall had a tough bottom of the first inning, gave up 4 runs to this Nighthawks squad as Playhouse hits him with the first pitch for ball 1. And that's outside for ball 2. 2-0 to Josh Gradwall.
I got it.
Fouled back.
Caught that one.
Strike 1. Yeah, great grab there, Alex. That was money. I've been pushing for it all season. We need to make a compilation of all of the incredible grabs we've had back here in the booth for these games.
We're just gold glovers up here.
Popped up into the air. Jack Playhouse makes the grab for out number 2. 2 away in the top of the second inning. Back to the top of the order for the Enforcers. Drew Williams stepping up to the plate. Enforcers down 2 runs here in the top of the second. Got the tying run over on at first. Drew Williams is 0 for 2 tonight. Ground out and a strikeout. Ground ball over to Drew Gradwall, and he's not going to have a play. So the bases are now loaded for the Enforcers with 2 outs.
Nice piece of opposite field hitting there from Drew. You don't see him hit it oppo too often, but I don't think the Nighthawks really expected that.
That was a great job there from Williams. Effectively beating the shift there. Drew Gradwell was not expecting ground ball to come down the third base side.
We still haven't banned the shift here in the AWA.
And, you know, I don't know if we ever will. Swing and a miss there from Oliver. 1-1 is the count. Jake Oliver got things started for this Enforcers offense back in the first inning. Had a solo home run in his first at-bat. Walked in his next plate appearance. That hit the zone for strike 2. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Now here to Oliver. Critical situation for the Enforcers. Low for ball 3. Enforcers trying to tie this ball game up. A win or go home situation. Pitch from Playhouse is fouled back into the backstop. Count will remain full.
Risky pitch there from Jack. A high fastball. Lucky to escape with a foul tip there.
And Oliver, his eyes lit up green on that one. Definitely wishes to have that one back. Count is full. Enforcers tying run on at second. Jake Oliver trying to give this Enforcers team the lead, and he'll look at ball 4. A run is going to come in for the Enforcers. It's now 4-3.
It's a good quality at bat from Jake Oliver. Got down to 2 strikes, but he didn't waver. He's patient and drew a walk.
Brock Playhouse will step in against his older brother, Jack. He swings and misses at the first pitch. Brock Playhouse earlier in the inning struck out on 3 pitches, but he'll line that over the head of Gradwell off the wall. A run is going to score. 2 runs are going to score, and that's a 2 RBI single for Brock Playhouse, and the Enforcers go up a run now here in the top of the second. They lead at 5-4.
Yeah, Brock, in the first at-bat this inning, he did not look comfortable at all, but you can tell he made some adjustments there and turned on that pitch. Just missed another home run there. But I'm sure the Enforcers will take a 2 RBI single off the wall.
RBIs 2 and 3 for Playhouse on the evening. That's popped up into deep center field. Drew Gradwell is under it and makes the grab for out number 3. But the Enforcers get some runs back. They now lead it 5-4. We go to the bottom of the second inning here in Game 4 of the NLCS.
Jake pitching? Oh. And I'm not at all. Yeah, I want like can't be talking about catching his mom, his dad, his brother, everybody. Alex, I'm up. Yeah. He's catching football like dude is like standing right next to it, catching it one-handed like every time. I'm like, holy, you're insane, dude. Yeah. Mark, you good? Yeah, we're good. Well, Jack, it feels like how they they are, but still, I mean, standing in front of a jug machine, catching it however fast they are, like, I don't think we'll tell.
Jack Blehouse will lead it off for the Nighthawks in the bottom of the second inning. And we got Jake Oliver on the mound for the Enforcers. Oliver subbing in here for Josh Gradwall. Gradwall gave up 4 runs in the bottom of the first inning. He was struggling a little bit there, so Oliver has elected to put himself in here at pitcher. Count is 0-2
the Enforcers do this throughout the regular season more than any other team, swapping the pitchers at the end. Got to conserve those innings.
Yeah, and this is, this is a critical game for this Enforcers team. A win or go home situation for them. Nighthawks have a 2-1 lead here in this best of 5 NLCS series as Jack Blehouse does not go around there. The count is 2-2. Yeah, I think it was a wise decision there for Oliver to slot himself in this bottom of the second inning, pitching for Josh Gradwall. Gradwall, we just really haven't seen him struggle very often in the AWA at all this season, but had a tough bottom of the first inning. He gave up 4 runs. Jake Oliver strikes out Jack Blehouse, looking right there, 1 away on the bottom of the second.
Feels kind of crazy, we're saying that Josh Gradwall struggled after giving up 4 runs. I mean, that's still pretty good relative to most pitchers here in the AWA. I mean, you'll take a 4-run performance most times.
Absolutely, and I mean, the only reason is Josh Gradwall has established himself here as one of the best pitchers in the AWA and is consistently in the Cy Young conversation. So his expectations are definitely higher. You do not see Josh Gradwall, give up very many runs generally in his starts. So definitely an outlier of an inning that he had back in the bottom of the first, giving up 4 runs. 2-0 here to Drew Gradwall. Fouled off. 2-1 now to Gradwall. Drew Gradwall is 1 for 2 on the evening. A home run reached on an error and a walk. Pitch from Oliver is low for ball 3. 3-1 is now the count to Gradwall. Nobody on, 1 away in the inning. And that's outside for ball 4. So the Nighthawks are going to get the tying run on over at first. Chance Justice will come up to the plate. Justice this evening is 2 for 4. Couple of singles.
Hit one of them lefty.
Ground out and a strikeout.
He did strike out lefty too, so.
That was a tough strikeout. First pitch hits Justice on the shoulder for ball 1. And yeah, with Jake Oliver now on the mound, Enforcers trying to do anything they can. Ground ball over to Chase Winkler. He misses Justice over at first. We're going to call Justice safe, and if it is upheld, Justice will also be awarded second. We're going to take a look at it just to be sure, but it did not look like Winkler tagged Justice, and by the replay, didn't look like it touched him either, so the call on the field is confirmed. Justice is safe, and he will get awarded second on the overthrow from Winkler. So runners now second and third here for the Nighthawks.
Shane said it looked close, so we feel justified.
Jack Blehouse to the plate. And that is inside ball 2. 2-0 to Blehouse. Tying run just 45 feet away over there at third. That's going to be a no pitch as it's 62 miles per hour on the gun. So the count stays 2 balls, no strikes. Playhouse here tonight. He's 0 for 3. There's a walk, a ground out, reached on an air, and struck out. Looking for his first hit of the ball game. That's in there for strike one from Oliver, 2-1. The count. Nighthawks have a 2-1 lead here in the NLCS. We're here in game 4 of the series. Popped up in the air. Jake Oliver thankfully stops before he gets to the concrete. Don't want any injuries out here. Count is 2-2 to Jack Playhouse. And again, game 4 of the NLCS. Nighthawks lead it 2-1 here in the series. Best of 5 series.
Thank God Jake didn't get hurt there.
Enforcers trying to force a game 5. Nighthawks trying to advance to the 2023 World Series. 2-2 is the count of Playhouse. Pitch from Oliver. It's low and in the dirt for ball 3. Full count now to Jack Playhouse. Here from Oliver is low for ball 4. So Jack Playhouse walks and the bases are now loaded. Here in the bottom of the second for the Nighthawks. Nighthawks down a run. And this is definitely not the guy you want to face. If you're the Enforcers, gotta face Drew Gradwall here now with the bases loaded.
Yeah, we saw him hit the home run earlier. I mean, so obviously he's looking to do that again, but you know you're going to get a quality plate appearance from Drew.
Drew 1 for 2 on the night. Had a home run.
Jake's going to have to make probably the best pitches he's made all year.
Swing and a miss from Gradwall on the riser. A ball and a strike is the count.
Just a reminder to the viewers, the Nighthawks are down a man, so the bases are loaded right now, even though there's no guy on first. It's a ghost runner.
What a changeup there from Oliver. Gets Gradwall to go around there.
That's probably the boldest pitch of the year there. A changeup with the bases loaded.
And that was money. That was right down the middle. That was awesome there from Oliver.
Looked like a backyard baseball power-up pitch there, if you remember those. Great game, by the way.
Oh, dude, Pablo Sanchez is a legend.
GOAT.
He's cemented as a legend.
Absolute GOAT.
Backyard baseball. Swing and a miss. Drew Gradwall strikes out. Second out. We're in the bottom of the second. Major strikeout there from Oliver. Oliver trying to get himself out of a bases-loaded jam in the bottom of the second inning. He's going to have to try to get through Chance Justice if he wants to get out of this, having given up no runs. Pitch here to Chance Justice. Hits the top part of the zone for a strike, 0-1. Oliver throws that one outside. 1 ball and 1 strike to Justice. Bases are loaded in the bottom of the second. Nighthawks down a run. Oliver throws that one too high, and it's now 2-1. Tying run on over at third there for the Nighthawks, just 45 feet away, and a majority of the runs here in Game 4 of the NLCS have come with 2 outs in the inning.
We love a good 2-out rally here. Jake's got to throw a strike here.
3-1 to Justice. That is ripped out to center field. A grand slam for Chance Justice. And the Nighthawks have taken the lead back. They now lead it 8-5 here in the bottom of the second. That might be the swing of Chance Justice's life. Unbelievable.
Biggest at bat of the year for the Nighthawks. Chance Justice hurt. Probably batting, batting righty probably shouldn't be. Unbelievable performance.
Nighthawks now lead at 8-5 here in the bottom of the second. Ground ball, Jake Oliver able to knock it down, and he tags Jack Blayhouse for out number 3. But the Nighthawks, they retake the lead. They lead at 8-5 here in NLCS game number 4. Chance Justice with a grand slam puts them ahead. We go to the final inning here of game 4 of the NLCS.
I found one.
Josh Gradwall leads it off for the Enforcers in the top of the 3rd inning. Swing and a miss there from Josh Gradwall, 0-1. And let's go back to Chance Justice. Chance Justice had a grand slam to give this Nighthawks team the lead as Gradwall just hits that foul down the third base side, 0-2. But Chance Justice, a grand slam. Nighthawks were down a run, bases loaded in the bottom of the 2nd inning, and Justice comes through, gives this Nighthawks team an 8-5 lead, and now here they are just 3 outs away from going to the World Series. Ball there to Josh Gradwall, 1-2 is the count. Enforcers are gonna have to do anything they possibly can, try to tie this ball game up.
Yeah, they're gonna have their work cut out for them. They gotta really grind out these at bats and get some base runners.
That is ripped out to center field, and it's gonna one-hop the fence. Josh Gradwall gets a single.
I think Josh just got jammed on that pitch. I mean, if he barreled that one, that was gone for sure.
Gradwall reaches on a single, and now Drew Williams to the plate for the Enforcers, and this Enforcers team absolutely not out of it just
yet. They will not go quietly.
One of the best offenses in the AWA as Williams looks at ball 1. That's fouled off for a strike. Ball and a strike to Williams, and this Nighthawks team, they really came in to these games 4 and 5. They were down a man. Philip Grossenbacher not able to be here for these games tonight, but now they find themselves ahead with only 3 men. Had 3 runs here in the final inning of game 4. Trying to make it to the World Series. As count is now 2-2 to Drew Williams. Popped up into the air. Jack Blayhouse makes the grab. He throws over to Justice at first as Josh Gradwall thought he might have an opportunity to get over to second, but quickly got back to first.
Yeah, the Enforcers really avoided disaster there. Jack made a pretty nice catch, but Josh lucky to get back to the bag there. He's feeling that one.
Great heads-up play from Jack Blayhouse, looking right back over at first, and who knows if maybe they had their 4th guy out there, maybe they would have had an opportunity to get him. Justice is playing way over there in the gap, nowhere near first base, as Oliver looks at ball 1. And a swing and a miss for strike one. A ball and a strike to Oliver. Oliver, a solo home run in his first at-bat. Had a couple of walks since. 2-1 is the count to Oliver. Ground ball is fouled back. It's now 2-2. Jake Oliver, 2022 MVP. Also this year's home run king. 12 home runs in the regular season. Has one here tonight. Trying to get this offense going for the Enforcers, down 3 runs in the final inning of a win or go home game for this Enforcer squad. Playhouse throws that too low, and the count is now full to Oliver.
It looked like it had a little extra mustard on it, Jack. That was probably the fastest pitch Jack has thrown all night.
Slider is fouled off. Count stays full here to Oliver. Trying to ignite some life into this Enforcers team, and Oliver swings and misses at the slider. What a strikeout there for Jack Playhouse. Out number 2 here in the top of the 3rd inning, and that was a major out for the Nighthawks.
Yeah, Jake really went fishing for that one. Not a good decision there, but Enforcers down to their final out here. Brock up to bat. I mean, Brock's had a pretty good game at the plate so far. See if he can keep it going.
Brock has been hot here tonight. Has a solo home run and a 2 RBI single, 3 RBIs on the night, and that was a nasty slider from Jack Playhouse. That was probably his best pitch he's thrown here tonight.
That one looked like it had a full foot of break on that one.
Enforcers are now just down to their final strike here in game number 4 of the NLCS. Jack Playhouse ahead here, 1-2 on his younger brother, Brock Playhouse. Pitch from Jack is fouled off, and Brock is staying alive here in this at-bat. 2 on the way, and Brock Playhouse goes around for strike 3, and the Northern Nighthawks are going to advance to the 2023 AWA World Series to take on the Central Cyclones. What a game and what a series for this Northern Nighthawks team. They were down only 3 men, and they come out here in game 4 and win it. Final score 8-5 against the Enforcers. Unbelievable. Congratulations to the Northern Nighthawks, who are advancing to the World Series to take on the Central Cyclones.
Heck of a game. Heck of a game. Can't wait for the World Series. It's going to be a doozy for sure. Great pitching matchup. You know, Drew Gradwell and Jack Playhouse versus Evan Clugston and
Zane
Evan
Phillips.
Clugston. Zane Phillips. Either way, it's going to be a great series for sure. I think the Cyclones will be back to full strength with Jay Bone, Jeremy Langstead, hoping. Yeah, it's going to be great. I'm looking forward to it.
And, you know, that's just incredibly impressive what the Nighthawks have been able to do here in the postseason. They're going to the World Series to play against the Cyclones. But, I mean, this Nighthawks team, they were really in the middle of the pack all year. They were even towards the bottom earlier in the season, but they have battled and clawed their way to go to the World Series against the Cyclones. And unbelievable job from Jack Playhouse on the mound, Drew Gradwell, who's been great both on the mound and at the plate. And this has just been a really fun Nighthawks squad to watch. As you see, the Nighthawks are taking team pictures down there. They got Luna Gradwell. It's the dog of Drew Gradwell's dog.
Yeah,
right
I mean,
there.
the Nighthawks really showed it's not how you start, it's how you finish.
Yep.
And they're finishing with Luna.
Pretty sweet
I think
there.
they must have sent Phillip down to AAA. That's why he's not here. And Luna's taking that roster
Yeah,
spot.
yeah, that must be what it was. Must be what it was. Well, that's going to do it for us here tonight at AWA Field. The Northern Nighthawks advance to the 2023 World Series to take on the Central Cyclones. We will have those games, the games for the World Series, live streamed next week. We'll have all 7 games potentially all played next week in the World Series. So we will see everybody next week, and we hope everybody has a great night. Good night, everyone.